The IELTS Discuss Both Sides question, Task 2 writing, is not what you think it is. Most of us would write about 4 paragraphs, not really 5, and that's where you will just be in line with every other student who writes the same kind of essay. Instead, you want to stand out. You want to be unique and advanced using an advanced structure. Our students at HZad Education use exactly this structure, and whenever they get discuss both sides, the marks are phenomenal because we have perfected how this is supposed to be done, and it's super easy. Let's have a look. The question here is, some people like to try new places, tours, and adventures, while others prefer to stay in their comfort zones. So basically, some people want to do exciting stuff, some don't. Discuss both these attitudes and give your own opinion. Perfect. We know here that in paragraph 1, we're supposed to do 2 sentences, general and the opinion sentence. Now, guys, this sample I'm showing you is going to score full marks, 9 out of 9, if not 8.5 out of 9, lowest. There cannot be any level where it goes below that. Why? Just look at the words and phrasing that is present here. Starting with the discussion of human preferences toward adventure and comfort is surely one that raises the question of whether it is better to take risks or to play it safe. In other words, we have rephrased the question, and that is our general sentence. But the way we have done this is by presenting the situation, like this is the discussion, and it's surely one that raises this question of, and then we stated the question, the doubt that we're having. A very good way to start, not only for discuss both sides, but with every question type, which is argumentative in task 2. Then the next sentence, you simply have to say, in my opinion, the 3 famous words in IELTS, give your opinion, but wait. Before giving your opinion, you have to give the reasons. Due to the benefits of self-growth and mental stimulation. Now, you have given these reasons. Now, here's my opinion. Embracing new experiences is the most logical choice. Perfect. So your opinions that are mentioned here, the reasons behind your opinion, I should say, are going to be explained later in the body paragraphs. And when you do that, it shows a very nice flow from the intro to your body paragraphs, giving you the marks for coherence and flow. Okay, so now our opinion is done. We're going to go into the body paragraphs. Before we do that, let's have a look at the conclusion, because conclusion just is supposed to rephrase the intro. The first sentence is a general sentence, and you can use this as a template. You can copy paste it pretty much to conclude both sides present valid points. You can always use this with argumentative questions. Now here we are rephrasing our opinion. We're saying however, nevertheless, nonetheless, whatever you want to use. Stepping out of one's comfort zone ultimately leads to greater self-development and a richer life experience. Once again, these points that we're saying are mentioned in our body paragraphs, and that's why we're saying them. And once again, we're showing the link between our bodies and our conclusion, not just saying extra things in conclusion, but linking them. That's your coherence mark. At the same time, this is not just you saying my opinion. In my opinion, I still think this, right? That's what most of you do. You still have to give the reasons in a brief manner, just like we have done here. The last sentence is optional. You don't have to do this. It just will make a final fix, a final piece of the puzzle, but you don't have to, especially if you're running short on time and words. Now, if you do have that luxury of extra time and words, you just make a suggestion based on the topic. So here, people should actively seek new opportunities and challenges to achieve continuous personal and emotional growth, which is also relevant to your opinion, because that was our idea that people should be out of their comfort zones. Now, with that said, let me tell you the structure right away. Our opinion was that people should get out of their comfort zone. That part, that opinion has one benefit. That one benefit will be mentioned in body 1. The other side, which we did not select, is going to be mentioned in body 2. That's also 1 point. So 1 point and 1 point only. 1 point per paragraph. Now this is what makes this answer score really high. And this is where you in body 3 are going to do both sides, 1 point on one side and another point on the other side. This will mean in total you have 3 paragraphs with 4 points, 2 points per side. Let me show you how this works. We're starting with our opinion, which is again about going out of your comfort zone. We start by saying one clear fact is that notice how much fancy this is compared to things like to begin with, or firstly, or worse, not saying anything at all. Okay, so one clear fact is that stepping into new experiences helps individuals grow in confidence and adaptability. Always make sure in the topic sentence you have the actual topic that you're gonna elaborate later on. That's what's called a topic sentence. You need to have a topic. Never say stuff like, this is important because of many reasons. State those reasons. Okay, take for instance people who travel to unfamiliar countries or take part in challenging outdoor activities. Semicolon, always advanced punctuation. They often develop stronger problem-solving skills and cultural awareness. Now again, we can further elaborate if we have the words. To illustrate further, facing new situations builds mental flexibility and encourages awareness. It's all related to our point about growing yourself in confidence and adaptability. Now we're going to wrap this up. Hence, those who regularly step outside their comfort zones tend to live more fulfilling and open-minded lives. This is our concluding sentence. Keep that in mind because there's something special that's going to happen to it later on. I'll talk about that later. But here, this was 1 point focused on my opinion of stepping out of your comfort zone. Good. Let's go to paragraph 3, body 2. This is going to be the other side, and because we're changing the tone, we're going to say nevertheless, the opposite thing. And you could say something very casual like but we're not going to do that because we're aiming for a 9 out of 9, so our words need to be fancy, especially your connectors. It is understandable why some individuals prefer to stay in familiar environments considering a state of peace. Topic sentence. This can be, now I'm going to elaborate this piece. This can be understood when considering the sense of security and control that routine brings. Many people feel anxious about uncertainty and prefer to avoid potential disappointment or failure. This is a very well explained point. You don't even need to say anything more, but we will. I'll tell you why. Therefore, they choose to stay within known boundaries where they can maintain stability and peace of mind. This is our concluding sentence, and I had the opportunity here to say therefore and further clarify, just wrap up the whole idea. It would make the explanation better, more complete, so I did that. But at the same time, notice how earlier I was saying I was going to touch on this later. See how I made a complete separate sentence after a full stop in body 1? Here I did not. I put a semicolon and then completed the sentence, which shows the examiner that if I want, I can do a concluding sentence this way, I can do one this way. And I know that I don't need to say hence every time, I'm going to change it up. And in body 3, we don't even have a concluding sentence. So what we're showing the examiner is our range of expressions and explanations. We can use multiple angles to explain, and it's not very repetitive. Now, finally, body 3, the 4th paragraph. Overall, here you will mention your opinion one more time to show again that, hey, look, I did say this other side, but I still believe this. I still opine that trying new experiences is more beneficial in the long run. Just one sentence, restating your opinion. Another reason. Now here you will provide that reason. This is your 3rd reason. So again, your first reason was here, 2nd reason was here. This is your 3rd point. Another reason is that the new adventures help you discover yourself further. A new place, again, use of semicolon, a new place or experience can make you more aware as to how you personally relate to different situations. So it's going to help you think about yourself, make you more aware. That's why it's a benefit. And again, these 2 sentences are so related. Hey, this is my opinion, and here's another reason for it. But now, because we're discussing both sides, I'm going to show you the other side as well. Just one more point, and this is my 4th point in this essay. Nonetheless, it may simply result in unnecessary anxiety. For many, a break in their routine means being put into stressful or pressure-filled situations since they are not accustomed to them. So that's it. 1 or 2 sentences, brief explanation here. And again, this one was 2 sentences. This one was just one sentence, and we're trying to compress it all because we're doing 2 points in this third body. So we have to make it brief, but not at the expense of explanation. You still explain your point nicely, just like here we said, hey, this is an anxiety issue, and here we're explaining how. Okay, always make sure to explain that how and why. And that is it. With this 5-paragraph structure, you neatly lay down a unique, a highly advanced and sophisticated structure that is also very easy to explain, is super coherent. Everything from intro to bodies to conclusion is all linked, and it makes sense. And you can literally memorize the number of sentences that I have. For example, the intro has 2 sentences. Body 1 and 2, it depends. There's a variety, but the structure is topic sentence, explanation, and conclusion. Body 3 has the opinion sentence, and then 1 sentence on one point and just 1 sentence on the other point, but you can also make 1 to 2 sentences there. That's it, guys. That is for the discuss both sides, but there are a lot more essay types that we have, and we are going to cover all of them on this channel. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share if you are interested in IELTS classes, coaching, or courses, which are the most affordable courses on the market and highly rated. Look at the links in the description as to how to contact us and how to get those courses and classes. Talk to you soon.